Hello, this is Coffey. It's time for me to announce my pick for the Dog of the Week, where I select the worst thing I saw on the internet for the entire week that ended. My contribution this week comes from a woman named Natalie Jean Beisner, who claims to have been working as an actress since the 1990s. But neither you nor I have ever heard of her, and she's also appeared in a series of films that neither you nor I have ever heard of either. Indeed, I can only find 13 films she appeared in on her IMDb page, most of which are from the 2010s, and none of which are of any note. Here, then, comes her first taste of attention. On Monday, she posted a video announcing that she has left the left and the Democratic Party. The announcement is filled with all of the standard cliches of the walk-away movement that are old and tired, even by far-right standards. Inevitably enough, Miss Beisner has acquired one of Elon Musk's $96 a year blue check marks, and her tweet is predictably overlong.
I ended up becoming a conservative Christian, which I know is not everyone's walk-away story, and definitely never thought it would be mine. And it didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, gradual process that happened because of two things. When I walked away from the Democrat Party, number one, I became informed and involved with politics for the first time in my life. For the first time in my life, I realized how important not just voting is, but informed voting, how important state and local elections are. I was painfully aware of the fact that my fellow Americans in other parts of the country were leading semi-normal lives despite this global crisis because of the people that they had elected as mayors and especially governors, etc. And I wanted to make sure this never happened to people like me again, so I wanted to be informed about all the things I had been ignorant about. And so because of that, number two, I became, probably for the first time, open to outside voices, to differing opinions. I realized that so much that I had been so sure I was right about, well, I'd been wrong about it. And if that were true, there were probably other things I was wrong about. And sure enough, there were. As it turns out, I agree with the conservative position on most issues. On most issues, the conservative position is reasonable, rational, logical, scientific, moral, ethical. The liberal position is emotional. The conservative position has compassion. The liberal position has faux compassion. I am continually struck to this day, as I study the history that came before me, the history that occurred during my lifetime that I was ignorant of, and the current situation, I'm continually struck by the fact that Democrat policies, time and again, harm the very demographic that they were put in place to help. Women, minorities, the people coming in at the border, even with COVID. Democrats claimed throughout, and they claim still, that they had the only compassionate response to COVID. Yet, how many people were harmed, self-included, by that compassion? And somewhere in all that, Christ called me back to him. I was saved and went back to the church after having left it for a long time, became a Christian. And now, this is the kind of stuff I talk about online on my pages and sometimes at rallies, and I'm grateful to do it.
I'm too busy thinking about and doing many other things to properly debunk everything in the 14-minute video I saw. So I'll end this video with a warning. If you watch Natalie Beisner's entire 14-minute ramble about why she quit the Democratic Party and the left and Hollywood, you will hear nothing about the left, the Democratic Party, COVID-19 restrictions, the Black Lives Matter protests, white privilege, and liberals that you have yet to hear from the far right, and that people like me haven't already debunked too many times to do again. But hey, at least now you have some attention, Miss Beisner. Are you satisfied? I'm Coffey.